Hi Javier, today I'm Mr. Martin, as you know, and I'm going to talk to you about my art lessons and how we do a portrait. Today we've got a very famous portrait here, which is the portrait of an old man with a board by Rembrandt, who was a Dutch painter. And I always start my lessons with a little introduction about the history of the paintings and the techniques that the students need to use when it comes to doing a good portrait. So Rembrandt, as you can see, was a Dutch painter. He lived about 400 years ago, and he had a remarkable ability to create mysterious atmospheres. So he played with colors and made people look really as if there was an aura of mystery surrounding them. He uses a lot of light and shade to do that. Some of his paintings look quite dark, therefore the people who've been portrayed on them, they look almost like ghosts. It gives it a very eerie atmosphere. And the themes of his paintings are usually biblical and mythological scenes, but also portraits and self-portraits of very wealthy families back then. So my students, what they have to do is basically they have to look at this portrait of the old man first, take a look at it and see what techniques have been used, and then they have two illustrations here, and they can actually choose either one, and they have to work on these different aspects on each one of them. For example, on the yellow one, they've got to work more on pencil strokes, and they have to do very good curved lines and create textures. Whereas on the blue one, they only have to work on geometrical shapes, because it's all been done with mainly with squares, triangles, and different geometrical shapes. So they actually have a choice. They don't have to do what I tell them, but they can choose for themselves which one to do. And they have to read the explanation at the bottom, which is in blue, and it tells them exactly what they need to do. So in this one, you have a more realistic one, and obviously another one which is more abstract, and they can draw their own version. So they decide how they're going to do it and which one they feel better about. And on this one, I'm going to mark it depending on how they used the same color range, but with different intensities, different hues. I will show you, for example, if I was going to start with the blue one, which is more geometrical and abstract, I would start probably drawing just a few shapes to do like a rough version. So I would start with a beard, which looks a bit like that. I would do three triangles and just show them, try to build like an outline with the main shapes. But as you can see, I'm not using any curved lines. I'm only using straight and curved lines. That would be his nose, and then it would come down like that and then go up again. So there I would have more or less his beard. Now my students will have to do something that I cannot do on the whiteboard, which is create different intensities. So if they use a little bit of blue here, they would have to press very gently on the beard to create the texture, just like that one, and then they would have to add this little sort of depth to it. Here, as you can see, I can't really do it light. I've got to do it quite dark, but that would be this side of the beard. They would have to intensify the color on this side and then make it lighter on the other side for them to get 10 out of 10 on this drawing. And they really like it because they have a choice, and also they learn a little bit of history, and they learn a little bit about modern authors like Rembrandt, Monet, Turner, Picasso, Dali, and so many other great artists that we've been lucky to have in the last few centuries. So with this, I'll conclude my lesson. Thank you very much for listening.